Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Testing, testing. Why isn't the Hollyland working? All right, well, that's not working. Okay, let's see. Oh, that might be working now. I did a software update on my Mac, and of course, everything broke. And I found that out about 10 minutes ago when I tried to go live. All right, let's see now. This is not working. Stream Elements is running. Slow motion. Oh, why is it on slow motion? We want this on normal. Normal tracking. Oh, there you go. Now you're awake. Sorry, I'm just finishing up dinner of champions. It's peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right. All right, well, that seems to be tracking. Let me see if I could switch this microphone back around. See if that works. All right, yep, all right, that seems to have worked. Plug this other one in back to the laser. Cord can go up here. Go right here. This works. This works. This is the laser. This goes over here. Okay. Let's get this other. Okay, so this is going to be. Okay. Well, that screen seems to have worked out. What's going on, Jack? I know, yeah. When the AI is following you, you can't duck off the screen to take a quick bite. My Mac did a software update. So now I am running. What am I running? Some new operating system now. I don't even know what I was on before, but it's now Tahoe. I don't think it was Tahoe before, but all of my settings and everything are not right. So I've got a little bit of exploring and testing to do. to get it back on track. But we'll get there. I seem to have at least one thing set up. That looks okay. And that's my main screen. That's decent. All right, well, at least I got 3 scenes set up. Let's turn on some of these lights and see what we can get up to tonight. So I know it's been 2 weeks, because that's the new schedule, is every 2 weeks, which seems a little bit more sustainable for me, at least right now. Last week I was out of town. We went to Atlanta, which was an adventure, especially since when we're coming back we had a flat tire, and I don't know why the minivan that we have now does not have a spare tire. There just isn't one on the truck or on the van, not even a jack or anything, so we had to have the van towed, so that kind of was terrible. But now at least I'm back in the shop. What I've got here, I got 2 different chats going on. Okay, so that's the chat. This up, that's the chat from last time. And let me see. I don't know why. I don't know why this is doing this. This should. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's full screen. So that's cool that way. Oh, this was the other thing that I had set up before. Mm. Mm. So this goes into this. All right, so what has everybody been up to for the past 2 weeks? Anything exciting and new? Oh. And I got a couple of questions for you too, Jack, because Google security alerts. That's not good. I know you run CNCs and you have the lasers, but I was wondering, do you have a 3D printer? Let me go grab the key out of the golf cart. I'm just going to close the door for right now. Oh, so much stuff going on. I got the key, the golf cart, put that right there. Sorry, I'm still getting everything back together. All right, so you have four 3D printers? Because so I have the CR10 Ask Realities, which is what, 10 years old, 12 years old. And I also have, my son has the Ender 3, which is the newer model for Creality. But that was pretty much where we had stopped on our 3D printer journey. So since I have the YouTube channel and people are sending me lasers, I said, look, why don't you send me a 3D printer. I reached out to a whole bunch of companies. Bamboo Labs, yeah, that's the highest of the high. Creality, and I don't know, maybe 12 3D printing companies. And I said, look, I got the channel. Send me a machine and I'll make a video and unboxing and all that stuff. And I can make cool things for my shop, and I'll show everybody that you can make cool things for your shop, not just fidget spinners. I mean, of course, you can make fidget spinners if you want. I did not design this, I just downloaded this. But the kids get a kick out of this kind of stuff. I started with, so what they sent me was a Wonder Maker. It's a Wonder Maker ZR. It's a 300 by 300 by 450 bed. So it's big. It's like my CR10S. And it is a FDM printer, and it could do 4 colors. Now this took a long time to print since the 4 colors are embedded. This one I did as 2 separate prints. So I did the red and then I did the black. So I did it as 2 separate. If I did them together on the same bed, this would have taken about 20 hours. But since I did it separately, it took about 2 hours per section. But this is, I think this is a high infill, and it's a high, you can see how smooth that is. So it's a really nice printer. But the main reason I got it too was so I can make fixtures. So, I don't know if we could see. So these are the components for my match fit system. These just go into that little dovetail groove, and then if you put a little nut behind it, it goes through that groove, and then you can put a fixture or something on there. So that works out great. And then this, I just printed this today. This is a functional push stick. And since it has the holes, you're using less material. But I'm going to try this out and see how strong this is. Kind of nervous about using these kind of fixtures, but that's the point. And this is just all PLA. You can see how this kind of, it does flex a bit, but not too much. But I can also print PETG. So I'm going to try to do that. But I got to start figuring out what software to use, because I want to, printing other people's stuff is great, but I want to start designing stuff on my own, and then see where I go from there. So you do the CNC push stick, so you're doing it out of wood. I mean, I can cut this with the jigsaw and all that, but I set this up to print while I go to my regular 9 to 5, and then I come back and I just peel it off the bed. What's great though is it's got auto leveling. So with the CR10, I'd have to get like a piece of paper and go under the nozzle and make sure everything was level all around the bed. This thing just automatically homes everything. What's up, Natalie? How are you doing? We're talking about 3D printers. Moving on a little bit from lasers, but we've got lasers and we'll be doing some lasers too. So the printer that they sent, let me see if I might be able to pull up a video of, because I've been playing around with it for a little bit, and I need to practice with the, so Fusion 360, I think that they only allow you to have like three projects at a time. I was looking at Tinkercad. No, right? So 10 projects at a time on Auto Fusion. So the one that I have, I like the multi-printer, multicolor, but the one I have has one nozzle, and then has four colors behind it. So it has a little bit of a waste. Actually, quite a lot of a waste, depending on where you set it up. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can make this bigger, and then. All right, so that's a picture of the setup of the 3D printer that they sent me. Read only and keep making more. Now that's what I was thinking about too. Let me just go, whoop, let me go back to me, and then there we go on the tracking. All right, so I signed up for Fusion 360 today, and I also signed up for a Tinkercad account. But I like the fact that so this is MicroJig's push stick, but I lost or misplaced this little adjusting catch in the back. So this white part here is what I 3D printed. And then of course, as soon as I get the 3D printer up and running, everybody in my family is saying, hey, I broke this little gear off of our printer. Can you 3D print one? So it's got like a little piece on it. I don't know if you can tell. There you go. So it's got this little key with all these little gears. So this is really what I'm trying to design, without going too crazy. I have a pair of digital calipers somewhere. There they are. All right, so I have the digital calipers, and I went on this one site called Shaper Scan Shaper, or something like that. So the gear that you did you do it out of PLA or did you do it out of PETG or ABS? So I don't have an enclosure around my 3D printer, so I can't really do ABS. I was hoping I could do it out of PLA plus. So PLA. That's what I really would like to continue to use moving forward, is just that PLA plastic. But I don't know how well it'll hold up in like a workshop with like fixtures on the wall, on hangers and brackets and things like that. As long as the infill is pretty decent, I think I should be okay. Let me see here. So let's go back to this main screen. And also, when I did my software update on my Mac, now for some reason AirDrop does not work, which is awesome. Let's try it again, just see if let's see if it works while I'm on live. Probably won't, but that's how I usually get all the footage from my phone, because I got a brand new phone that could do 4K and all that. That's how I've been transferring all the video. And no, it's not gonna move over, it looks like. But let me see if I could bring up the, nope, don't want to do that. Wonder Maker 3ZR. Just take a look real quick. Yeah, so this is the unit that they sent me. So it holds 4 rolls of filament on the sides. 300 by 300, oh, 300 by 300 by 300. For 1 tool head. I've had 0 issues with it. It hooked up very quickly, maybe 15-20 minutes, but it does all of this auto calibration, and it is fast. They say it's a helmet printer that you can print, I guess, cosplay helmets. Maybe I'll make a Captain America helmet. But here's the optional enclosure, which they did not send. And then you get a camera on it too. Have you ever done any time lapses on your stuff, Jack? I mean, it's pretty cool. Shape scan, that's what it's called. Yeah, I think I'd like to try a few of the time lapses. That might be pretty cool. All right, but enough of that about the 3D printing. Hopefully I can make a short little series about that, and that'll appease the 3D printing company. And I can also deck out my shop pretty nice. Make some functional prints opposed to, like I said, the fidget spinners and things like that that are just, they're fun to make, but not real value. If I can make some router jigs and things like that, that would be awesome. Oh, for some reason that come here, AI. Hey, wake up. Well, let's figure out what happened to that. OBS bot, wake up. Can you see me? I went from tracking speed. Well, over here. There you go. For some reason it went into close-up mode. Yeah, nobody wants to see close-up. There we go, normal. Well, we'll do upper body. Or head. No, we don't want to do headless. Come on. Close-up, no. Upper body. Zone tracking, I don't know what that is. All right, let's fire up Lightburn and see what kind of design we can make today. Any suggestions on where we should start? I hope everybody already has gone out and done their Valentine's Day projects. If not, you can get one quickly off of my site. Download that and surprise your special someone. Update. Oh my goodness, they fixed so much stuff. Material library combo box too wide. I don't know. Let's download that. Come here. Yeah, I did see the projects you put in the school community. Let's see here. Nope, that's not there's my community. Live now. Yeah, these nope, those tiles are bills. Those are bills. Yep, this was your 3D or your AI one. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should try, well, Valentine's Day is, what is Valentine's Day is 2 days from now. Saturday, right? Let's see if we can get chat to, can you give me a easy and quick Valentine Day laser project. Please generate the image for your suggestion. Let's see what that kicks back with. We'll get to prepare ourselves to see if AI is actually going to take over the world. There was one company, was it Wismaker or maybe it was Algo, that had an AI function on their laser, and it did not perform very well. Happy Valentine's Day with the little heart. Well, we could do that. Yeah, let's try to do that real quick. ChatGTP told us to do it, so let's see if we can manage. Let's see, these are my 3D printed parts, benchies. Yeah, I haven't been out since Thanksgiving. Well, beginning of December, actually. Well, came back, what, 2 weeks ago, but other than that, yeah, I've been slowly getting back in after taking care of my father. Well, let's see here. Create a new print. Let's go portrait. Go to elements. Go to heart. Take that a green heart. Why did it default to green? What's that? Cupid arrow. Let's take that. Oh, this one looks, no, that one's too drawn. Oh, this one might be good. Kind of like that one, but I don't like the direction of it. Yeah, that might work. Why are all these hearts going? He's going down. That's weird. All right. Quite a few options for us. Let's see what we can do today. We're gonna call this hearts. Yeah, I've been trying to stay consistent with my shorts because I don't think I'm quite at the speed that I was before on doing a long form every single week. And that's what I was doing, but I haven't been able to mentally get back into that rhythm yet. So at least the shorts are able to give me daily practice on doing video editing and things like that. Uh, but yeah, I'm glad you're at least catching up with those. I think this one might be the best here. So let's take that heart. We're gonna have to make a base for this too, though. Okay, so let's think about this. So we're going to before we even do anything, let's make a duplicate. We'll move that off in case we make a mistake. Which we never make mistakes, right? All right, so let's ungroup this. We're gonna make this into, let's start another. Let's do layer 2 will be our fill. So let's go through here, and the fill will just be a little accent. Oop. And then this will be our cut. Actually, I always do cut at 0, 0. Let's do cut at 27. So this way it's at the bottom at least. These two we're going to want to group together. Holding shift, we'll group these together. That is the bottom of our arrow. Let's do our top arrow. All right, so let's see. Here we're going to make that a fill. No, let's not make that a fill. Let's, oh yeah, let's ungroup this. Make this the fill. If we make this a fill also, that should give us, yeah, that little bit of a stripe. Click OK. just using the cut tool here, and then we'll just preview that again. Okay, so that's our fill up top. That still looks okay. Cut these because we don't need those. It's on the top shelf over there. It's the can with the clear lid. Yep. And just grab a thing of cardboard and do it outside. There's a box right there. Bags in it. Okay. Yep. We're leaving for a Hobby Lobby. Okay. All right, so the best way to do this, I think I want to cut here. Nope, I want to duplicate this though. Yeah, let's cut that. So we're going to cut here. And then yeah. All right, let's duplicate this, holding shift. All right, let's duplicate both of these. Control D, hold the top layer, group that together. And then this one. Now we should be able to cut that. So we put this on the blue, or on the fill. Hold on, I'm gonna need a minute to think this through here. Oh, I had too many copies. Okay. Hit Control Duplicate too many times. Let's make sure there's only one here. Yep, only one there. And there's only one here. Yep, there's only one there. All right, so if we hit Control Duplicate, weld that together. And then move this out of the way. Okay, now we can cut this. Yep. And now we can make this into a fill. But we have to edit this node to finish that off. Yep, perfect. So now when we put this back, we align this. Let's do, and then group it. So now if we preview this, it should, yeah, I've got to line that up better. Okay, so now what we have to do is do that on the top. Duplicate that. Actually, if we unshow that, and then we do our cut. Select this, do our fill, and then we just have to go into our node and adjust these 2 points. Oop. All right, we're going to want to click there. Oop. Let's see why this isn't connecting. There we go. Okay, so now if we show that back, delete that line. Put that on 27. And let's see what we got. So now we got the cutout and the fill. Okay, so that is that. We just need to write our text. Choose our font. Should we put day? I don't know if we should put day. Yeah, they said day. We'll make this a fill too. We'll make that a quicker fill though. Okay, so now we need to make a stand. What kind of stand did they make? Just a simple quick stand. Okay, we're gonna want this cut out. Now I like to go over to the properties. Now I can't see properties here, so we just have to go to our window, and it should be under shape properties. Now we can just do a little bit of a corner radius. Yep. Let's do 2.5. It's decent. Okay, now actually let's duplicate that. Now if that's where the heart is, or the arrow, move this up a little bit. Okay, just want to make sure that's going to fit. So you just got to try to think three-dimensionally here. So this will be on both sides, and then we'll have a piece that goes in between. So this is the bottom, this is the side, and then we just have to design this holder here. Now, of course, this is 3D or Chat GTP, so they're not really thinking like you're gonna actually build this. What would be the best way to do that? Maybe we could just catch it on both sides. So if it catches here and it catches there, it'll align about right there and about right there. So before we do that though, let's do this. Let's move this out of the way. We're going to select all of this. All right, let me get this all the way out of the way. I'm going to select all this, and we're just going to group this together so this moves as one piece, so I can't accidentally mess something up. And if we grab all of this, we can center align that. But it's centering lining off the tail here. I really just want it to center line off of here. So we'll just kind of do our best little guesstimation here. That's pretty close. All right, so this is the bottom. Lines up there. Control, no, let's not duplicate that yet. Let's put a pin. So this is 3mm ply that we're going to be putting this into. Go 3mm. Actually, let's go 6mm. 6mm. Try that again here. 6mm. I like to go double what you need because then you can just have it center right there. And you hit Control, and then you group this together. Makes it a lot easier for getting your tabs right. But before we do that, let's just duplicate this, move this out of the way. Now we can group this together. Okay, so this is 6mm, and we want this height to be 3mm. And then we're just going to rotate this. Control D to duplicate. Control D to duplicate. Okay. Control D to duplicate. Just a whole bunch of duplications. That's all we're doing here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to align these horizontally. Okay, so let's center this project and see what kind of wood we got. So I have some leftover pre-stained 12 by 12 sheets, and we'll just make our little guide sheet here. Let's make this 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. Let's plug in our machine. One of these plugs over here. Nope, it's not on. Make that a tool path. Put these together. Move that out of the way for right now. So let's see. So we got our heart. And these don't have to be up. We can move these over. We'll do that one. Do that one. Okay, let's frame that out and see what that looks like. It's a little too low. No, it's still just a tad too low. So move this up. Frame that one last time, and then we'll get our settings going here. I'll have to zoom that camera out too. All right, so we're not going to show the blue. We're not going to show the gray. We're going to do the red as a fill. Let's check our settings here. So we could do 8,000 by 70. Okay. And for this fill, we'll do this a little bit lighter. We could do 9,000 by 60. And then our cut is going to be let's see here. We'll do 1,000. We'll do 1,000 by 70, and we'll do 2 passes. Okay, and just see what we got here on our cameras. Well, maybe we'll put this on the big screen. There we go. Oh, let's see how long it's going to take. 15 minutes. We'll get that on the laser. All right, let's get our fan going. Get our remote fan going. And I'm going to pop that garage door. And Jack, you know what we do while we let the laser fire, right? We have an adult beverage. Well, I got somebody asking me questions here. All right, I think maybe I should have went a little darker, huh? It's pretty deep, though. All right, somebody is asking what font I used. Art. Open a new window here. Somebody's asking what font I used on my last design, and honestly, I don't even remember. That's terrible. I have no idea what font I used. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's this one. Nope, not that one. There it is. What's this called? Well, that's for personal use. Birds of Paradise personal use. Well, that's not good. Are you doing a bunch of slate coasters? That's cool. Now, is this the one you did for the same company you did last year? Didn't you say you had to do like 300 last year? Oh, a new person. That's good. How many of those coasters do you have to do? Is it something like obscene, like 300? I did like 30 and I thought it was quite a bit. Now, do they already give you a cleaned up logo or do you have to do work on that? So, what do you charge them? A designing fee for building the logo and then a per piece fee, or do you just roll that all into one price? All right, hold on. I got. That's not gonna work. Here, I just want to show you one other thing that I thought of that I 3D printed here. So recently I went out on Facebook and I was able to get this router and I was able to create these inserts. So that's pretty cool. And they fit in there pretty tight. Looks like they did bow a little bit. But these were off the old laser, not the new laser. So maybe I should do one. Sorry. All right, when I get a large order, I don't charge for design unless it is something that takes me a long time to design. Yeah, if you're just rebuilding something, that's not terrible. Which reminds me, I've got to figure out how to 3D design this. What was that shape? Scan.pt, I think. Well, right now we are cutting a Happy Valentine's Day heart with a stand that was suggested to us by the great and almighty ChatGTP. And I am trying to use shapescan.pt to generate an SVG of this little piece here that broke off of our printer. Come here. And also enjoying a adult beverage. No, that is 3mm plywood from Amazon that I just pre-stained. So I stained that a few weeks ago for another project, but that's just simple 3mm 12 by 12 sheets. Yeah, I think it's coming out pretty good. Yeah, I wonder if the stand is going to actually work. Ordinary people can rent now. They have, for example, a Walmart extra laser. This laser here is a 40 watt. But I've got the 40 watt, I've got a 12 watt, a 12 watt, and a 10 watt. They're all everywhere. I was telling Jack I also got the new 4-element 3D printer. I'm hoping to make more jigs and stuff, not just fidget spinners. Jack was telling me not to use plastic push sticks because they will turn into projectiles and basically hurt you. So maybe just fixtures and hangers and stuff. Oh no, it cut out. It wasn't supposed to cut out. Well, that's a problem. Well, shoot. Messed that design up. Yeah. All right, let's try to get in here and see what we messed up. Well, there's a mistake there. Are you kidding me? That was it? I had one extra heart in there. Oh, that's annoying. All right, we got plenty of wood though. We'll cut it again. Oh, printing many things for your laser. So are you printing like the alignment jigs? So I cut mine out of just extra wood, but I guess you can make those out of plastic. I was thinking of making like little circles that I could screw down so my laser is always in the same position. Risers, yeah. See, I was thinking about doing that, but then I was also thinking about going to the store and getting some PVC. Maybe I can make like a plug for the PVC to make the standoffs. Yeah, all my jigs so far I've been cutting out of 3mm. But like I said, I was able to cut a few of the micro jig stuff. Little. Yeah, I can't tell if you can see that or not. Yep, now it just kind of floats all around. There you go. AI is good, but not always great. I just love the new 3D printer that I've got because I set it and I walk away. I don't even have to think about anything. All right, let's see how we did here. Well, at least they fit. It's a real shame that this, I mean, that looks pretty good. I like the texture that's even in that. So this heart, oh, I may need to move these. All right, so if I move these in a little bit, all right, so let's make an adjustment here. That was so close too. All right, so we're gonna make a few adjustments. Okay, so we need to ungroup this and move this in quite a bit. Group these together. Center those and group that together. And just move these two out of there. Okay, we'll home this and we'll try this again. This is how we get good at things. We do it twice. No, that's probably gonna fall. So what's the next holiday everybody's working on? Thanksgiving's done. Or not Thanksgiving. Valentine's Day is done. What's March? February, March is St. Patty's Day, right? I think. And you got April is Easter. May, Cinco de Mayo. I don't think we have one in June, do we? Let's see. When is St. Patty's Day? March 17th is St. Patrick's Day. Maybe I'll have to make a leprechaun track. Oh yeah, Mother's Day and Father's Day. When Father's Day is in June, right? That's like June 16th. May 10th is Mother's Day. Oh shit, that scared the hell out of me. I printed longer legs for my old 22-watt so it could fit the rotary under it. You know, that's the problem I noticed with this longer. They have the rotary attachment no matter how high you put it. I mean, I had to extend it quite a bit to get a cup or anything in there. You would have thought they would have made adjustments for that. All right, this is the second cutting of this, so we should be good with it. So what kind of slate coasters are you cutting there, Jack? Are you cutting circles, rectangles, or circles, squares, octagons? Or a combination of the three? Squares? Yeah, squares are usually easier to line everything up. What line density am I using? I don't know. Let's find out. All right, this is my fill. Over scanning 2.5%, so it's 3.33 millimeters. Line interval of 0.1. Yeah, this looks pretty good. It actually looks like it changes the color, almost makes it look gold. And this is the texture of that fill. Yeah. Yeah, I had to do, the circles are okay too. The problem I had was the octagons. I guess I could have cut an octagon and then placed it in. But they have like the little feet that hold it up, so it's always hard to align it exactly correct. I guess you could layer it up. I don't know. Next live, I may actually just be in my office doing the 3D printer because, like I said, I've got a whole bunch of designs to make. Got this. Yep, there is that push stick. I was not happy with the results of that shaper scan for this gear. So I'm not sure how, if I can use Fusion 360 to easily make this gear. 28.4 millimeters. So each of these teeth are about 4 millimeters. That's about 24. Maybe about 22. No? I don't know. The center is 8.5. Measure the diameter and count the teeth. All right, well, let's see. I've got oh, I just broke it again. Damn it. I got an 8 millimeter center circle. And then the total crap. Helps if I don't drop this thing all over the ground. All right, so the 28.4 millimeter is the total diameter. Get my pencil here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 teeth. Where's the gear tool? Is that in Maker? Right, we're gonna figure this out. Is that available on the free one? Or do you have to pay for that? Let's see. It's telling me to check my email for a code or something. Ugh, I hate it when my passwords just don't work. Now they're sending another code to my email. My goodness. They are really restrictive on this. My goodness. Okay, so I should have checked this out before when I downloaded it, but I just downloaded it. Create a hub. I don't want to create a hub. Ah, this is difficult just to sign up for this. In the meantime, the laser print's looking pretty good. All right. Oh my goodness. So many things. All right, let's change this around and figure out what we're doing here. So we need to create a gear. So how do I do that? I create a sketch. I create a circle. I want this to be 28.4 millimeters. And then I want to create another circle. I want this one to be 8 millimeters. All right, now where's the gear tool? All right, so sketch, utilities tab. Is that like an add-in? In the App Store, I'm assuming. Oh, I don't want to buy it. Oh, just click the add-ins button. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. Spur gear. There's two. Which one do I choose? The top one or the bottom one? Oh, it's a script. These are add-ins. Yeah, there's two. Demonstrates using. Okay. Bottom one. Okay. Oop. Create. Nope, I don't want to do that. Oh, there we go. What did I say? 32T. 32T. Do I need to know the pitch and the root and all that mess? Okay, run it. What did I do? Did I run it? Hold on, let's try that again. Okay, so we got this gear selected. Per gear. 32. Pitch diameter. Oh, okay, gear thickness. 1.4. Hole diameter 8. Module. I don't know what module is. Module, size ratio, pitch, diameter, number of teeth. I don't care what any of that is. Oh, pitch diameter divided by the number of teeth. Pitch diameter divided by the number of teeth. Okay, so let's get the calculator out. 28.4 divided by 32 equals 0.8875. I want to let me run. Do I need a backlash? I don't know what the backlash is. Your root fillet radius is too large. Oh! Oh my goodness, that's a gear. That kind of looks like what I got. All right, so can I get back to this? How do I? Oh man, I gotta practice this. I haven't used this software in forever. But that looks like it. That's it right there. Where's my hand? There we go. Yep, that's it. I'm gonna print that out and see if it matches up. Sweet. All right, let's get back to. We'll get back to the laser real quick. See what we actually got here. Oh, you kidding me? I broke it when I picked it up. All right, I gotta get super glue. Crap. Way too. Yeah, we're gonna glue that right up. Hold on. When in doubt, all it needs is a little glue. One drop of glue. Come on, dry glue. Okay. All right, that looks like that's going to be okay too. So I'm going to put that down for right now. I'm gluing these sides. Could make a 3D printed jig to hold these things up while they dry. Man, that is delicate. Well, there you go. ChatGTP inspired Valentine's. To extrude, yeah, so I need to click the gear and hit E. Okay, that's what I need to do. I need to learn this software though. All right, so click on the gear, hit E. I need to extrude this to about 4.5 millimeters. 4.5. Yep, that's it. I gotta make this little keyway though. Let's see, so this is 3.5, 5.5. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna play around with this 3D software and figure out if I can make this gear. And yeah, we'll get some more laser designs up here soon and instructions to make keyway. Click the gear and hit R. Wait, you can do that? Well, it's like a plus sign. Click R. Okay, so hold on. Let's hit escape here for a second. So this keyway, it's like a plus sign. I don't like this camera. Come here. Unless it's looking at a person, it doesn't understand. I'll do that crazy stuff. Come here. All right. Yeah, so the largest that it is, the whole, see, yeah, it's broken. See the whole, I don't know if you can see. Maybe I could do the webcam. There we go. Webcam. There we go. All right, so the hole is 8 millimeters, but then it's got this keyway that the outside is 8 millimeters and the inside is like this plus sign. Kind of transitions. I think that's why it broke, because it's too damn thin. Same thing though. Okay, draw two. Well, that's what. Let's see what the rectangles are. So do I need the inside or the outside of the rectangle? So they're going to be the same. This is, all right, so they're both 8 millimeter by, come on, get in there, you little jaws. By about 3 millimeter. Okay, let's see here. So go to R. Oh, get your little cursor back on there. Okay, so we go to R. Wait, what am I doing here? I don't want this in this. Okay, so I'm going to do half. Is that what I'm doing? So we got 4 by 1.5. Or should I make that 8? Should probably make that 8. No, but I want that to be in the center. Ugh. All right, so let's see here. So if I create 2 rectangles, we make this 8. Nope. Make this 3 by 8. I don't like this mouse either on this. So how do I center? Oh, this is a learning curve here. I don't know what you're doing. Get out of there. So I need to move this. I need to move that to the center. Come on, why aren't you snapping? Snap in the center. Is there like a center align button here? I think these constraints might be what we need here. Circle diameter. Oh, there we go. So, okay, let's delete this. Delete that, delete that, delete that. Delete that, not delete that. Okay. So let's create rectangle from center point. That's what we want. Take that center point. Yep, that's what we want. So we want 3 by 8. Click OK. And then look at the top. And then we go to create rectangle center point. Click there, and we're going to want 8 by 3. Perfect. Now, how do I round those edges? Let's see here. How tall is this thing? $16 millimeters. All right, so we got to extrude this 16 millimeters. Okay. Now we got to extrude this 16 millimeters. Okay, so you said E was extrude, right? So we want to go up. 16. Okay, that doesn't look pretty, but that's basically what I need. But now I need a circle to go around. What's it, like 1 millimeter thickness? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, 1 millimeter thickness. Okay, so now if we do, how do I get back there? Am I creating another sketch? Okay, and let's see. Okay, C for circle. Yep. Okay, and then we want to go. So the hole is, we want to go 9 millimeter. Okay, and then click E for extrude. Nope. Hold on, let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, I'm on the wrong side of this thing here. I'm on the bottom. Okay, so we click the gear. And then we hit C. Place point in the center. Go to 9. And then we hit E. No. Yeah, we gotta extrude this. Oh, we gotta extrude. Why can't we extrude that? This is not the same as the laser. Nope. Yeah, this is not as okay, so we go to C. Go to 9. Why do I keep drawing that on the wrong face? Okay, we go to C. Oh, because I can't see it because I already drew over it, I think. 9. Crap almighty, man. Oops. Jesus. Just cannot get that on the right plane here. Click on the gear. That should be where I needed to be, and I hit C. I go to 9. Oh, thank God. I know Jack's probably like, you idiot. Why can't you just do this? Alright, that's what I need. How do I group all this together? Do I have to like merge all this stuff, or does it just export together? Like, do I have to tell these that these are the same circle? Or are these gonna print separately? I don't need to group it? Okay. Alright, let's try to export this, and this is gonna be printer gear version 1. And what do we do? STL file. No, don't do an STL file. Oops, don't want to open my photos. Orca slicer. New project. Don't save that one. Okay. I mean, that kind of looks like what I need. Oh, we're going to give this a go. All right, let's go. How else can we export it? Oh, can we just do 3D print? Yeah, that was crazy easy to make a gear. I mean, what did that take? That took, I mean, we were working on it for a little while, but this is the first time I've used Fusion in 3 years. I really hope it prints. I wonder how long it's going to take to slice. Click on the area besides the bodies. Okay. Okay. Also, each one of these little things is a body. I could probably turn the webcam off, couldn't I? No, I don't have bamboo. Yeah, I just have the Orca slicer. Now, can you modify the gear? Like, if the gear doesn't fit, can I make a change to just the gear? Like the pitch of the spokes? Or is this already, it's generated, so it's done? All right, so if I had to modify it, because when I'm looking at this print versus what I've got in my hand, see, these are like a little rounded a little bit. The bottom timeline. Oh. Oh, all the gears need to be rounded? These look like they're straight little spikes. Maybe they're just not rounded as much. Hmm. Well, okay, here it is, yeah. Well, I'm going to try to print this and see what I get. So I will let you know in 2 weeks if this actually works or how many versions I had to go through, how many iterations. I appreciate all your help there, Jack, but I got to call it a night, and I will see you on the flip side. All right, take care, man.